Goodness gracious me, the funny mic is back.
Is this bad?
And look at how blown out the camera is. We need to make sure that 100% of this video is just bit crushed to hell. I'm just kidding. I got a normal mic. Don't worry about it. We are back in an albeit little impromptu situation. We are here to check out the new Percy Jackson and the Olympians trailer. As of recording, we are a month away from release. Percy Jackson is coming out in a month.
I am the monster you created.
And we have a new trailer today. Maybe the last one? It's an official trailer, again, so who knows how many more of these they're going to release before the actual date. But regardless, it is out, and we're going to watch it. We're going to do the same thing we did before, where we do one full run through, watch the entire thing in its entirety, and then we're going to do a second watch where it's going to be scrubbing through, pausing, taking a little bit more of a detailed look at what's going on. Same thing we did with the others. I am really sort of debating whether I want this to be in a separate video or combined video with all the trailers, or if I somehow want to integrate it with the entire series. I don't really know what I want to do with it right now, but I'm gonna make sure you folks can see it. So I guess without further ado, let's jump into it. Oh boy, here I go half-blooding again.
Perseus. That's me.
Mm-hmm. That's who you're named after.
Because he was a hero?
Because he was brave and kind and against all odds.
Baby Percy.
He managed to find his way to a happy ending.
I'm used to the world feeling weird to me. Like a puzzle with half their own pieces.
It's nice to see just like an updated, well-shot version of this.
You are special.
Blackjack, why? First,
They'll tell you.
Percy, the stories I have told you about Greek gods and monsters, they are real.
I like that a lot of this dialogue does feel like it's straight out of the book.
Crazy.
You are a half-blood, and half-bloods are not safe in the world.
Everything has been training for what's still ahead of you.
Hold on.
Percy Jackson, your father needs your help. The Master Bolt has been stolen. If you don't return the bolt, there will be war. That is your quest. I know it sounds
Fucking riptide.
but you won't be alone. A quest is always undertaken by three.
Demigods process reality differently. We gotta figure out what you're good at.
Hey, Luke.
Should I try again?
No!
There's no place for me here.
You still don't get where you fit into all this. We were sent on a quest by the gods. What do you think, it would be easy?
Demigods, welcome.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. It's so out of place.
Mom, I'm not leaving you.
Perseus! Hold fast. Brave the storm.
Interesting.
Maybe I won't even need a sword. I'm gonna need a sword.
So there's a lot of details that already seem pretty much... It's interesting. It feels like everything fits. Like it's meant to be there. It is very much in character, every aspect of it. There are some things that are changed, obviously, but we would expect that going in, you know? So the spirit very much feels the same, and it was pretty much what we saw from the other trailers. Everything seems to be pretty much in line with that. The idea of this adventurous kind of story, it's still playing out the way that it has been since the beginning, I think. So a few things that I've noticed right off the bat is they used a younger version of Percy who is maybe like 5-7 years younger than him. And it's pretty funny because it's just, you don't often see that, I don't think, where you're going from a 12-year-old to a 7 or 6-year-old. Like if you have an age gap, it's going to be from like teenager to full-grown adult or infant to teenager. You rarely have that small of a gap being played by a different actor. Just like an interesting thing that I haven't really seen much of before. The only thing that felt off about this was maybe Sally calling him Perseus, using the full name. I don't know. Maybe it's just the modern sensibility that's sort of making it feel a little strange. The idea of a modern character integrating into the old in a way that the mortals usually don't. Sally is usually very detached from all that, even if she is very invested in it. She'll do the research, she'll put in the work, but she doesn't really talk about it. She doesn't really use it unless it's necessary. And maybe that's what's happening here. Maybe it becomes super necessary to get his attention. She needs to use that full name, make sure, she like how the mom will bring up the middle name and it's like Perseus Abercrombie Jackson. I don't know why that's his name. In any case, the action feels good, the dialogue feels witty and quick and fun generally. It feels like a kid's show, but it feels like a fun, easy to digest kid's show. Not one that's necessarily going to insult you, certainly not in the way that the original did, which it's a pretty low bar to pass, so I think you're doing good, Disney. Alright, we're gonna do another quick scrub through, just take a look at what we got here.
Perseus.
Okay, you know what? Even before we start, we can take a look at the Met. It's so refreshing to see that they're actually using the architecture that has been provided. Like, it's mentioned so often in the books how much influence the West has gotten from ancient Greece, and generally just like European architecture has found its way in pretty much every facet of the US. And I think it's so great that we're just allowing ourselves to see that and allowing ourselves to, feel the roots that are pumping through it. Something interesting and a question that I think is going to pop up a lot as the show progresses is going to be the question of when. When is any of this happening? Well, I mean, we know that Rick prefers the idea of the ambiguous now, the current day, but there are a lot of questions to be had about the technological impact on the world. The fact that if he is so high profile in 2005, when there's like not a ton of... There definitely is still some back then, don't get me wrong. But the amount of surveillance and accessibility to things like cameras, it becomes a little bit harder to explain away a few things. Not impossible, don't get me wrong. The Mist can do a lot of things, but it is something that I'm going to be paying attention to throughout the show, and I imagine a lot of people are going to be as well.
Perseus. That's me.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, they have the classic Gorgon head statue that is, I believe, still currently in the Met. Is it? Actually, I'm going to look this up. Yep, so it definitely is still there. Pretty cool that they were able to... I'm genuinely very curious to see if they were actually able to get the real statue involved in the show. I imagine they were allowed to use the Met as it is, but who really knows?
Mm-hmm. That's who you're named after.
Because he was a hero?
Because he was brave and kind and against all odds.
So you can see what they're doing with the whole idea of Percy really looking at this as a kid and being like, oh, okay, so I'm going to be a hero, which is interesting. If it's informing the theme, I get it, but from a timeline perspective, it's interesting that they're having these conversations when he's this young and he hasn't sort of woken up with his abilities, any of that. I'll have to mull that one over.
He managed to find his way to a...
Wait, I want to check out the clips. So, yeah, we got a few things for sure. Gonna take a shot in the dark. Is this maybe just a forest? Random forest number 6? Is this the volume and these are just fake trees? I don't know. Maybe it's the underworld. It's like really barren down on the ground, so I assume. He's got some blue food. Blue candy or something. Jelly beans. Heck yeah, dude. Grover's sliding down. Is that actually the pit? If that's the pit, that's a very well lit underworld. I'll tell you what. We had obviously the whole gateway arch being blown up, which is awesome. I love that. And I love the fact that it is sort of falling down. I had the same exact idea. The idea of it's sort of the camera sort of following his perspective as he falls down. It's a really cool shot, and I look forward to seeing the full thing. Percy running, and is that... that's just him. That's just him underwater, I guess.
He managed to find his way to a happy ending.
Yeah. So I like the fact that they're using Perseus's origin as the name, the hero, all that jazz. Not sure why she's talking to him about that as a kid. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I'm like overthinking this and it actually is just super normal and doesn't actually conflict with anything.
I'm used to the world.
He's used to the world. Just things being bad, I guess.
Feeling weird to me.
The world feeling weird. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Nancy
Like
looks
a
good.
puzzle with half their own pieces.
Puzzle with half their own pieces is a cool line.
Different somehow.
Percy.
Why is Blackjack here? What possible reason could he have for being here? You know what I bet? I bet he's gonna fly the Pegasus back across the country. Full send. They're gonna do it. That's my prediction.
Store for you?
That is interesting. Gives him the pen super early, even though... Maybe. Okay, I don't know the context. I don't know. I just need to wait for the show. Just wait for the show.
They are real.
Cerberus looks good. Medusa looks good. Ares looks good. They all look great. They look, like, honestly, like, it looks awesome. It really does. Don't know why Ares is at Montauk, but that's cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm down.
Half-bloods.
Cool. You got Luke. You got Clarice. The whole gang is here. So is Luke gonna stand up to Clarice, or is he gonna be also a bully? I don't know.
Hold on.
And again, the whole thing with the bull actually hitting the car and not just it being a lightning strike, like, that's something the movie actually did correctly. It didn't need to be a lightning strike. I know the bolt is book accurate. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. I like my idea better. But it's fine. It's a design choice. It doesn't matter. Riptide. Why? Why Riptide? Why is that the fandom's sacred cow? I get it. It's the name of the sword. I get it was a popular song. It has nothing. The song has nothing to do with anything. It mentions like Michelle Pfeiffer or something. Some actor. Who is it? Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer. I swear to God, it's talking about Michelle Pfeiffer. It doesn't have anything to do with the Riptide. I don't really care. If you like it, it's fine. It doesn't have anything to do with that. Like, sure. All right, fine. You can have the song. You can have it. It's fine. It's yours. God, I don't get it though.
We gotta figure out what you're good at.
I like that they're working on the training. I like the way they did the invisibility cap. I like that bit. That's a funny bit.
You fit into all this.
It's nice to hear Annabeth's dialogue finally.
We were sent on a quest by the gods. What do you think, it'll be easy?
Demigods, welcome.
Lynn, why are you here? What are you doing in this show? I'm curious why the underworld is so bright. Maybe just for convenience sake?
Demigods, welcome.
He's just a normal dude. It's funny, they did pretty much the same exact thing in the movie, with the whole, like, fighting people to get out of the whole casino. Why do they need to fight people? I guess they're running, sure. But the whole point of the Lotus Eaters, Land of the Lotus Eaters, was that they don't fight you. They draw you back in. They try to convince you to stay. And they play to your already pre-existing desires. And then they also have the powerful magic. So, I don't know, man. Who is that? Is that a satyr? I'm putting my tinfoil fandom cap on. Uncle Ferdinand, Grover's dad, Grover's long-lost brother. I don't know. Do I hope it's some... No, I don't hope it's somebody. I really don't. I just want it to be a nobody. If that's what it is, then that's great. Ares fight? Yeah. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of stick clacking around. Yeah, dude, like what? even that. It's like legit. He's swinging the sword. He's not swinging it at him, and your Riptide just folds immediately when he does anyway. So it's like, does it even matter? Probably not. Like, what is he aiming for, dude? What is he aiming for there? Minotaur looks pretty cool. A little bit CGI-ish, but not bad. Is she holding up a red... she holding up a red cloth? Okay, this is actually getting kind of funny. Oh, it's a little bit goofy. And you know what? In the spirit of the books, that is how it should be. If you are going strictly off of accuracy, faithfulness, fidelity in terms of adaptational fidelity, yes, that is what it should be. And I think that's what they're trying to do. So you know what? Bravo. You guys did it.
Maybe I won't even...
See, a lot of these like, is the bull even aiming for him? The bull wasn't even aiming for him. I feel like a lot of the problems that are going to be in the show are going to be mostly logistics in terms of like, that probably shouldn't have happened. That seems a little unrealistic. That was a little much. But again, small things. Maybe they add up to something bigger. Maybe not. I like the design of the Chimera at least.
I'm gonna need a sword.
Yeah, fine joke. Have we learned anything new? Not really. Other than, we have a month until this is actually going to be released. Crunch time starts now.